Your life experience, good or bad, is a gift when you share it with others. At Taxi Chronicles, we allow real riders with real stories to share their gift. So hopefully this episode will intrigue, enhance or inspire you. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Morning. Yes, we're back with another rider, another story. Today we've got a lovely lady here. Her name's Maddie and she is in the fashion business. She's been in the fashion business for a while and she's going to tell us all about it, why she's in there, what motivates her and what a typical day is like. So for the younger people out there, listen, learn and make a decision. Nice to have you here today, Maddie.
Hello everybody, thank you for having me. I never thought I'd be doing an interview in an Uber, but you know, I like doing new things, so yes.
So first of all, Maddie, what kind of person were you when you were at school?
Very naughty. I didn't really like school. I did do my A-levels, but I think my attendance was about 10%. Just blagged my way through education, really. I mean, I got good grades, but just didn't enjoy it.
Okay.
Didn't enjoy it at all.
Did you go to a state school?
I did.
Because you said O-levels.
No, A-levels.
Oh,
Yeah. No, I went to a state school, not private.
Okay.
No private.
When did you realise you wanted to be in the world of fashion?
Do you know what? My mum has always inspired me. She loves her designers. She is someone that she has an eBay business, so she goes to car boots, she goes to charity shops, and she buys loads of like secondhand clothes and then makes a hell of a load of money. So I think she was definitely my inspiration. And yeah, fashion industry is fun, and I like fun people. Everyone that works in fashion likes a good party. So yeah, it seemed like the right industry for me.
Okay, that's good. That's good to hear. What would you say has been the most changing thing in the fashion world for you?
Wow. Do you know what? Fashion goes round in circles. So, you know, things go in and out of... Oh, sorry guys, we had a phone call coming in. Fashion comes and goes, you know what I mean? Something goes out of style and then it comes back in and it just goes in circles, really. But I think sustainability is the biggest thing for me, and I think the world itself, I think that is become a lot more important to the younger generation. You know, not the sort of fast fashion, the sustainable, the higher quality things that will actually last a lot longer. So I think for me, biggest thing I've learned is shop sustainably.
Shop sustainably. Okay, that's good. That's good. What would you say to a younger person who's trying to get into the industry?
Do loads of internships, meet loads of people when you're out at pubs, or you're out in trendy areas and someone has a nice outfit on, talk to them, network. It's not what you know, it's who you know, I think. So just meet people, talk to people, go to fashion shows and just mingle, really, and you know, just hopefully one day you'll meet that right person who will want to give you a chance.
How long's you been in the fashion industry?
I've been in the fashion industry 6 years, and I'm 25. So, yeah, ever since I finished my A-levels, I done an internship, and at Matches Fashion, and it just went from there, really.
You ever thought about being a model? You've got that slim, that.
Do you know what? I actually don't think I'd like to be a model.
Why?
I don't know. It's not. I don't think it'd really be for me. Like, I don't really like being centre of attention. Yeah, I prefer to keep myself low key.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. What would you say you've learned that you wish you knew when you started?
To not give so much fucks, because you know, everyone in the world cares about themselves and we worry so much about what other people think about us. And I think if it was just me starting again now with the head I have, it would just be, don't really give any fucks, because quite frankly no one really gives a fuck about anyone but themselves. So especially in the fashion industry, and especially in you know, working in that kind of industry, everyone is out for themselves. So you've just got to be out for yourself and not worry about what people think about you.
Do you as a fashion person in fashion, you have a lot of models, obviously. Do you work with them?
Yeah. I've worked with a lot of models, a lot of lovely girls.
Anybody famous?
No, Kendall Jenner actually. I was at Pro Lighting. I done a shoot with, which she was involved in. A couple, but I don't think any that anyone would probably massively recognise. I think I work more on the sort of supply chain side of things, so with the manufacturers and the clients and the real kind of nitty gritty making of clothes, rather than, I guess, that sort of model. But Kendall Jenner, she'd be my biggest shout out.
How do you deal with their egos, the mood swings?
I think you've just got to, in fashion, the fashion industry, I remember the first internship I did, I got treated like shit and I was spoken to like shit, and they made me do a load of work and I wasn't getting paid. But I think you've just got to realise that getting that on your CV and getting those names, you will get to that point you want to get, but you do have to work with egotistic people and, people that are way up themselves or maybe come from really wealthy backgrounds and have had it really easy. Like I had to kind of really work to get where I was, whereas a lot of people just, their parents have a fuckload of money and they will spend 10 grand on a course and they will get quicker, they'll get there a lot quicker than someone that maybe doesn't have the funds. Mm-hmm. But I think you've just got to keep going and just not, just do you and not worry about the people that are judging you.
What dictates the latest fashion trend?
Oh, I use a company called WGSN who forecast all the latest trends a year ahead.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's a company that says this is going to be in fashion, everybody follows it.
Yeah. So what they basically forecast the latest trends. So they do research into different brands and Instagram and upcoming designers. So like they forecasted that this summer yellow and grey are two really in colours right now. Mm-hmm. So there's just like platforms like that I follow. But I think, latest trends, you just go on Bella Hadid, Kendall Jenner, celebrities' Instagram, and they pretty much, once they wear something, the rest of the world does. So I think trends really come from influencers and celebrities.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. Okay. What does the future hold for you?
Oh, what does the future hold for me? I want to get really rich and then retire when I'm 40 and go live in Barbados and smoke loads of weed.
I take it you have a Caribbean boyfriend?
No, do you know what? I don't actually.
You're looking for one. It's all coming up. That Pacific, not even the Caribbean. Barbados.
I love Barbados.
Just giving it away. Okay.
I've spent 2 Christmases in Barbados actually.
Okay.
So I love it. I love it there.
Yeah, it's nice. I haven't been there. I've been to Jamaica, being Jamaican heritage. But
I'd love to go to Jamaica.
Yeah. It's interesting. Okay. Well, you've been a great guest.
Thank you.
What's the impact you want to have on the world?
That's a really good question. I don't know, it's hard. I think the impact I would like to have is to just be a nice, friendly person who makes people happy around me. Surround myself with good people. Make an impact on the world. I don't know if I'm a big enough deal to make a massive impact, but I think if I could, it would be to stop global warming.
Oh, that's interesting, because obviously the fashion industry is going to have a big impact on the world. So do you find there's a conflict?
A massive conflict. Yeah, I think with fast fashion, I mean...
And do you hold yourself accountable for that?
I think I have always, from a young age, shopped at charity shops and car boot sales, because I came from quite a, I didn't come from a wealthy background, and that's kind of what have been grown up with. So, I think for me, I have always shopped at charity shops and vintage shops and car boot sales. I don't really own anything from fast fashion stores like Pretty Little Thing or Boohoo. So yeah, I think I've always been a big sustainable shopper, and I think it's only been in the last couple of years that it has become a really important thing, and it's still the younger generation really that are driving that. I think like my mum and sort of age upwards from that sort of 50 upwards, you know, these guys are like their cheap clothes, and that's sort of the way that. But I think the younger generation are definitely starting to find sustainability a lot more important, which I think is, yeah, it's so key. Because I think you're right, you know, global warming's a massive thing to me, but then I work in the fashion industry which creates a lot of global warming.
But in saying that, you say the younger people are driving that, but I had this debate before with somebody that is it the younger people drive the market, or is it the market that drives the younger people? Because if you start to produce fashion that isn't fast fashion, let's say, then they can only buy that. But if you produce things that are throwaway t-shirts, like a month's wear and throw it away, then that's what people do.
Yeah. I don't know, it's a hard one. I think, you know, I don't think it's just the younger generation that drive it, but I think it is a lot more important because, you know, 50 years ago we weren't talking so much about global warming than we are now. And I think as a generation, you know, they are being brought up to understand that if we don't do something now, their kids are going to be affected, you know? And I think for a lot of the older generation, you know, I guess some people may look at it as, well, you know, I'm not going to be here when, you know, people are going to be affected by global warming. But I think the younger generation know that it is getting a lot closer to them and their kids. So I don't know whether it's just more important to the younger generation, but I do still think the older generation, you know, drive it.
What occurred to me the other day is a lot of clothes are polyester synthetic.
Yeah.
And it's the cotton and the wool that really impacts on the environment.
On the environment, yeah.
So even that alone,
yeah,
you could say is a positive thing.
Yeah. I think as well, it's you know, if you're going to buy fast fashion, I'm not fully against it, but, you know, don't throw it away. Put it on eBay, put it on Depop, give it another home, because, you know, there's someone out there that will want that top that you don't want. And I think it's just being clever about those kind of things, and not just, you know, I think if you're a wealthy family and, you know, they can't be bothered to put stuff up on eBay because they don't need the money, you know, so give it to charity shops. You know, there's ways of being sustainable without having to spend a hell of a lot of money on clothes that are like 200-300 quid because they've been sourced sustainably. I mean, even H&M now, who are one of the biggest fast fashion shops out there, have now brought out a whole new sustainable range.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Does it cost more?
No, not at all. I mean, some of the bits do.
Is it sewn better?
Yeah. Yeah.
Many a Primark t-shirt I've seen with the string hanging out.
Yeah.
Really...
Primark is horrendous. If anyone's listening to this, do not shop at Primark.
What do they call it? Primani.
Oh yeah, or TK Maxx, Tacky Maxx.
Yeah.
I love that one.
But Tacky Maxx, I've never heard of that.
Tacky Maxx and Primani.
Your Tacky Maxx is meant to have good quality clothes sold at cheap.
Yeah.
Isn't that a positive thing?
Yeah, that is. I definitely think so. I get TK Maxx is like all of the you know, like Mulberry and all the big shops. If they can't sell stuff in store, they will give it to TK Maxx to then sell at a cheaper price. Yeah, I actually love the concept of TK Maxx. I actually love shopping in TK Maxx as well. I think it's really fun. But it's also really hard to shop in that store because there's just shit everywhere.
I don't like, as a bloke, I'm happy to shop once a year.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to search through things.
No.
So I wouldn't go to your Tacky Maxx.
No.
I'd go to Hugo Boss.
Yes, I like Hugo Boss.
And they virtually dress you for you. I love the service. I don't mind paying extra for that service.
Well, you're paying for the service, aren't you? Exactly.
Yeah. And they know what they're doing, so they're doing everything right by me. Yeah. Yeah,
I like Hugo Boss a lot.
But the only thing I don't like is the trousers are very tight.
Yeah.
I'm not into that.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't.
Need some flexibility and room.
Yeah, agreed. I think
maneuver.
if there's any men listening to this that wear skinny jeans, do not wear skinny jeans. It does not look good.
On a woman, it complements her figure.
Yeah, exactly.
On a bloke, it's like, really?
I mean, what did Kanye West say? If you're wearing skinny jeans, you're obviously not packing down there.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Oh, my shorts are really baggy.
Yeah, Kanye West said that. So,
Okay.
and you know, like, I'm not a massive fan of Kanye West, but I completely agree with that quote. That skinny jeans on men, and vests as well, vests and skinny jeans. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I just think we know what you're trying to do. You're trying to show the fact that you have muscly legs. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good.
I didn't know what they're trying to do. To be honest, I thought originally skinny jeans was for homosexuals.
Really?
Because
Yeah.
they were showing their package to other men.
Well, it was.
So I don't know why.
So skinny jeans actually started from the gay community. So gay men wore skinny jeans, and then somehow it passed to straight men. A lot of fashion trends come from gay men for men. It's really bizarre.
Yeah.
Like, you're so right. Gay men started wearing skinny jeans, and every time you saw a man in skinny jeans, they would be homophobic. Then all the straight men started wearing them as well.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why, because they look awful.
No?
They look awful.
Okay. Well, it's been an interesting podcast episode.
This has been very great, guys. Thank you for your time.
And thanks a lot.
Thank
And
you.
we wish you well.
Thank you.
We hope you liked that Taxi Chronicles interview. Don't forget to share and subscribe to get the latest episode. Ever considered investing in the continent with the fastest growing economies and population on Earth? The same continent that holds 30% of the world's known natural resources. Listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, where you hear real investors with real stories from around the world share their experience of investing in Africa. We post Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m. British Standard Time.